Right, so I am here now with my good friend Joeri, who's driving in front of me, and today we're going to test the auto lane change feature and try to figure out if the cameras that are in the side repeaters, whether they are being used, yes or no. Over the past few tests that I did with AutoPilot, I got the impression that they were being used, because when the road is empty, then there's no problem doing the auto lane change. When you're passing a car, then it's more of a problem, and it waits until you pass the car a certain amount. Not sure if it's the ultrasonics or the actual cameras, because those cameras are looking back on the car. So yeah, we'll have to see, and hopefully we can find out a few things here. So let's get testing. So the first test that we're going to do is I'm going to pull alongside at the same speed, and then I'm going to try to do the lane change when I'm at the same speed. So slowing down to 90. There we go, a little bit further maybe. Right now we are straight to the side, and then we try the lane change. It doesn't want to do the lane change. It doesn't want to do the lane change. So that's a good thing. So, but I'm also seeing that it's detecting the side. So I'm going to pull one car length ahead. So right now I'm about one car length ahead. Lane change. He doesn't want to do the lane change. Okay, so let's try 2 car lengths. Right, let's try the lane change now. Yep, and now it's doing the lane change. So it needs about 2 to 3 car lengths to be able to do the lane change. So let's try that again. So he's going to take over. Sorry. Alright, so now I'm behind him. I'll let the car that's coming behind me pass. Nothing has passed here, so doing the lane change. Right, so now it's active. Let's try that again. See for consistent behavior. So alongside him, trying to do the lane change. You see the lane markers, but it doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. So I'm keeping the lane change in here, and now it's not working. It keeps being blocked, but I'm far ahead now. So let me just slow down a little bit and do the lane change. No problem. Okay, so I think we got our bases covered here. So it needs more than 1 car length in between to be able to do the lane change. So that means that now we start taping off the cameras and see if it's still doing the lane change. Okay, so now we're going to use some duct tape to tape off the side camera. If the side camera is doing anything, then this should nullify that. So yeah, there we go. Let's see what the effect is. So now for our second test, we actually taped off the side repeater camera on the right side. And let's see, we need to be able to do AutoPilot. Yes, here we go. Let's wait for the people here to join. There we go. They can make some haste here. Yes, please. Okay. So now to the left, no problem. So let's gradually get next to it. Going 90. Getting next to it. And let's see if we're still faced with the same problem. So lane change. Oh. Nope. Not doing. Okay. So let's get ahead a little bit. Still seeing the... Nope, it's not willing to go either. So a little bit ahead maybe. And now I expect it doesn't want to move. Now it's going. Now it's going. Okay. That's quite a distance, and that's something we need to test again. I believe it's a bit further than what we had before. So he's going to come past me again, and then we'll do the same exercise. Alright, so there he is. Let's do the lane change to the left. Immediately goes, so no problem there. Let's get next to him. Driving about the same speed. Okay, so we're literally side by side now. Not willing to change. One car length ahead. So there's one car length between us now. Oh. That changed a little bit sooner, I think. Okay. That's interesting. Let's try that again. Right now we established that next to him it doesn't work. So that's a good thing. So we don't need to test that anymore. So lane change. Oh. Okay, now it goes. Let's see how we can get along if I'm just going a little bit ahead of him. So right now there's one, I'm just ahead of him. Yeah, it's doing that. Whoa, that was dangerous. That was dangerously close. Wow. If he hadn't braked, that would have been dangerous. Okay, one more test. We're going to do that again. So, auto lane change to the left, no problem. Taking over. And I'm going to go just like one car length ahead. Just seeing that I'm barely ahead. The ultrasonics are still measuring. Alright. Whoa, that's doing it way closer. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, that was a good run that we did, but now we are going to tape off the B-pillar camera and see if that does anything different. So right here. There we go, and let's see if that makes a difference, yes or no. Our next test is with the side camera on the B-pillar, also taped off. So now there is no way that the car can see the car next to me or behind me in the adjacent lane. So I'm not expecting that camera is active already, But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So waiting for a car to pass by, and then okay, auto lane change. That works. Okay, that's good. That's good. Going next to the car, so we're actually right now right next to the car. Ultrasonics are not detecting the car right now. Nope, it's not doing it. Oh, I'm showing the ultrasonics now. Okay, so let's move ahead a little bit. Ultrasonics are still showing, and now they're gone. And now it's moving. So this change was purely triggered by the ultrasonics. That's interesting. Okay, so he's moving in front of me again. Letting this BMW, a couple of cars. It's getting more busy on the road. Let's try that again. This time I will also try to do the lane change before the ultrasonics disappear. So okay, doing this, going slightly faster. Is it showing the ultrasonics? Yes, it's showing the ultrasonics. It's showing. I'm passing him. Nope, he's not willing to do that. A little bit further ahead. Still not doing that. Now the ultrasonics are gone and the lane change is happening. Okay, so that's interesting. So with the cameras taped off, it's positively proven now that it's purely working on the ultrasonics, but with our control we saw that we had to take much more distance from the car. So we're going to revisit that control again to make absolutely sure that we have the correct assumption. But as expected, I'm not seeing any difference between the previous run and this run. So that B-pillar camera, that one is definitely not being used. Okay, so now I have prepared some duct tape, so I folded it a couple of times, did that a couple of times on this one as well, and we're going to tape off the ultrasonics. So if you go to the front, this is the only one that potentially sees the car, so let's block that. Alright, and then for the back we take the one there it is, the one on the side here. So that one gives the view to the side, and to be absolutely sure we'll mask this one as well. Okay, so now the car is technically blind on one side in terms of the ultrasonics. It's totally blind in terms of cameras. And I'm expecting that the lane change should not work now. We should get some errors, but yeah, we'll just have to see. Okay, so we just taped off the ultrasonics for the car, and we noticed that they don't give an error. So I was expecting to see all red lines around here, but basically what's happening is I will have Joeri walk around the car and you'll see that they are just being disabled. Joeri, can you walk around the car for a second? So there you see it. There's the next one, there's the next one, and he's going to the other side now, and basically it's not showing anymore. So those ultrasonics are disabled. We did the same with the front ultrasonic on the side. So basically the car is now blind on one side with the ultrasonics. So let's see how this test goes. Okay, so we repositioned the camera a little bit as well, letting a few cars pass by. So we taped off the ultrasonics. So the lane change to the right, I'm expecting it to not work anymore. So let's see. Lane change to the left, doesn't seem to be a problem. Lane change to the right. Let's go past it. Oh, it's doing it. It's doing it immediately, so it doesn't doubt for a second. That's weird. Could be dangerous. Let's see what happens if I go straight to the side or if I stay alongside. Okay, so cars passing by. Oh, there we go. Waiting for AutoPilot to be available again. There we go. So straight to the side. Oh. And whoa. Okay, I think that's a definite answer. Wow. Okay, that's dangerous. So the lane change, if the ultrasonics don't work, they appear to just do the lane change, whatever goes next to you. Jeez, that was dangerous. Okay, let's do that again. That was fun. All right, so AutoPilot on. Yep, it's doing the lane change without any warning whatsoever. So that's pretty dangerous. Wow, didn't expect that. I was actually expecting that the lane change would not work. Okay, so let's try that one more time. So the ultrasonics are not displaying the car at all. So as soon as I do this, then the car attempts a lane change. So that also means that as soon as I'm past the car, then it actually does the lane change. Okay, yep, I think we've proven a point here. So if the ultrasonics are not working because of snow or something, you have to be really careful when doing a lane change. Okay, so our final situation test is going to be with the ultrasonics taped off and the side camera back on. So what I'm expecting now is that it's going to go into the car if I'm straight next to it, but if I'm passing the car, then maybe the camera will force me to take some distance. Let's see. So coming up to the car here, going to go just to the side. Like so. Okay, so we're right next to it. Yep, it's doing it. It's doing it. So let's see what happens if I'm a little bit ahead, like here. Yeah, it's immediately doing the change. So the camera could be that it's not used at all. So it will be purely the ultrasonics. Okay, so let's try that again. I'm going to take a little bit more distance. So Passing the car now. Taking a little bit more distance. Like 1 car length. Yeah, it's immediately going. It's immediately going. That is okay. So the camera enabled, ultrasonics disabled, and it automatically goes. That leads me to conclude that it's purely on the ultrasonics that it's happening. But then why does it have to take such a distance of like at least 10 meters? Well, the ultrasonics go to 10 meters, so well, I think it's 9 meters or something. Okay, so this is the last car, then we have some room again. Okay, here we go. Okay, so once more, next to the car, automatically goes. A little bit ahead of the car. Let's take some distance like this and do it. Yep, it immediately goes. So I think we're going to do one more control test coming back with the ultrasonics enabled again as well, and then that will be our final test. Okay, so for our final test we did all the tape away, and now it's back to basics, so we have everything available again. So my test is going to be to go until the ultrasound. So I'm just next to him. Auto lane change doesn't do it. Okay, so now I'm going a little bit ahead. Ultrasonics are still displaying and they're gone. Whoa, that was strange. Come on. Yep, and it's going. It's going. Okay, that was a little bit closer than I thought in our first run. So let's try that again. So moving the next lane, and I'm just going to drive until the ultrasonics have vanished. Right, so showing the ultrasonics, still showing the ultrasonics, and they are gone. Yep. So I think it's safe to conclude that the auto lane change is only working on the ultrasonics. It's not working on the camera. Just to be sure, we'll do that one more time. Right now I'm gradually gaining on him. Nope, it's not doing it. Take some more distance, like 1 car length. Ultrasonics still active. It's not doing it. A little bit more distance. Ultrasonics are gone, and now it's taking the lane change. So yeah, I think we have a conclusion here. Okay, so that was certainly an interesting test. We got to prove that it's only the ultrasonics that do it, and the cameras the side repeater cameras, which I thought were involved, are actually not involved, which kind of makes sense, but I would expect them to become involved in the near future. What else can I say? Well, there is a dangerous situation where for some reason the ultrasonics are not working, then the auto lane change will just execute the movement and it doesn't account for any car being next to you because it can't see it anymore. But instead of saying, well, I'm taking it on the safe side, Tesla is actually allowing the lane change and making you responsible for looking out to see that you don't hit anything or anybody. But yeah, I think it was a good test. We had some fun doing that. Learned a few new tricks in the meantime. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. See you guys next time. Bye bye.